Hi y'all. Sorry about that. It's me, Laura B at Craft and See with Laura B. How are you today? I am well, thank you. Today we are going to work on Victoria Designs Pride and Prejudice Mega Kit. First I have to preface, sorry about the little wiggling in the beginning. Let's just say I cannot wait to get the new one because every second I'm afraid this phone's going to come crashing down without... I mean, you should see it. It's all Frankenstein together. You've got duct tape holding the thing that holds the phone shut, and then rubber bands to keep the phone up in there just in case. And they're not the best rubber bands. I believe I got them from the Dollar Tree back when they were still $1. Anyway, so right now I'm going to start with a couple of ephemera pieces. I was telling Mitzi earlier that, I have the same problem when I wrote fan fiction, is where to start. It's like I can get everything else, but that beginning is very hard. So I decided just to start on a couple pieces of ephemera that I was wanting to do, that I was inspired to do. And we will get started. First of all, I'm going to stamp with, actually I'm going to change that, the archival ink. And we are going to stamp in this letter. At least that's what I'm calling it. Okay, I'm standing, but I will be sitting shortly. Not to get too TMI, but I apparently have sciatica, and it has been kicking my you-know-what for the last 3 days. And I have thrown everything at it in my arsenal at it as far as pain. I have some Dragon Balm, which is a CBD ointment. It's in a little rolls up. So a balm. I mean, that's what it's called, Dragon Balm. And Deep Blue by doTERRA, which alone, either one of those things are fantabulous. There it is. And in combination, they usually relieve most of everything. But no, not this. So I'm using the same thing over and over and over. But it's the only words I have, actually. So what did y'all do for the weekend? I know I asked you this in the video yesterday that went up today. Here, let me try this one. Because it's, oops, look at that. Look at that. Sorry, I looked over at my dog who's laying on this hide-a-bed sofa. And she's laying facing the wall with her chin up on the armrest. And the rest of her body just hanging there because she's just special like that. She's a special girl. So, what are y'all working on? I am awfully busy. I've got this, and fingers crossed, Natalie at Line.Arrow put out a call for design team members on her Facebook group. And so I private messaged her and to be a part of the design team. And I'm very excited to see what she has to say and what the kit will be. So besides this one and my Ode to Janie B, no, good enough. And if it doesn't want to stamp all the way, I'm not going to make it stamp. This is, after all, supposed to be vintage and a period piece, so let's make it so. Number 1. Now, while I used to watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, I tried watching the original back in high school, and I just never really could get into it, and I still haven't, other than the movies, which were, okay. They were okay. But I did like Star Trek: The Next Generation, although I'm not a Trekkie by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so stamping away, and I'm sitting down. And I knocked over my drink, which thankfully is on the ground and the lid is on. All right, where do my signatures go? I put them in here. Now I am going to do my level best to not overload one signature and underload the others. You know, like my normal. Oh, I'm really excited about this, and I use it all on one. I'm just using this to wipe a cloth so I can wipe my hands off. Anyway, I overload one with the ideas, and then on the second signature or subsequent signatures, there is not. I've used too many on the first one. That's all. That's basically what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. Let me find. Oh, you know, I had all these. Are you kidding me? There's this. What did I? Oh, for crying in a bucket. I had what I wanted to do, and now suddenly I can't find them. Oh my gosh, this happens to me a lot. I've heard it's women over a certain age this happens to them. I did not do the Wandering set. If anybody doesn't know what the Wandering set is you have something in your hand and you wander in another room and then you set it down. And then you wonder. There it is. And then you wonder where you put it. And you spend the entire time wondering where you put it. That is my go-to normal. And I've even lost what my... Oh. I must have replaced it. I could do that one too. That one would have been good as well. I still would have had to. This is not it. That is not the one. There it is. Couldn't see it because I had it turned over. What we are going to do on this is, first of all, ink it. And I'm using, for this kit, I am using the walnut stain. It's like, I promise you, I was so ready for this. And I am going to go through it. So I'm going to ask, because you know I always do, what's the weather like? I know here in Washington, oh, thankfully, fist pump, fist thump, we are still temperate. You know, we're a temperate climate, so it's not that bad. But boy, howdy, how it isn't in other areas like the Southwest. And I was watching the news and they were saying that the cacti in Arizona cannot stand the heat and they're dying. And that is just wow. Just wow. I just don't know how people are going to live when it can get in that high of a temperature. Even, you know, because Arizona is hot anyway, and like, you know, Death Valley and all that stuff. Nobody lives in Death Valley, but you know what I'm saying. All these super warm climate states. I just don't understand how people can live in there. And they're all like, well, it's a dry heat. I'm like, I don't care if it's a dry heat. It is still heat. It's still heat, people. In my blood, nope, not made for that. I need to get there. Now I have something better to wipe my hands off because I forgot once again to get a wet rag. What did I do this weekend? I didn't do much. Like I said in today is Monday. In Monday's video that, you know, I wasn't planning on doing much. I didn't do much, and I didn't. I did not, although I did shoot a 50-minute video and Google Photos refused to back it up because they said the file was too large. Now, I just don't understand that because I didn't do anything different on the phone. Unless they suddenly updated their terms of service and decided, you know, oh, you can't post a video that's more than however long. Okay, so what I did here, and I'm so excited, I think chuffed might be one of the terms. I took this envelope and I printed it twice, and then I cut it out, and it fits perfect, y'all. It fits perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I just gotta make sure this will fit in there. Yes, it will. Oh, I'm just so happy that it turned out. I just gotta shut up and glue it together, and then you'll find out if it turned out. Don't get excited. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yay. So today is supposed to be mid 80s, low 80s, which still is fine as long as I have AC and I don't spend much time in direct sunlight. I know, I'm like a vampire. But one of the hallmarks of MS is inability to regulate body temperature. So I can be having a good time outside, nice and nothing wrong, to I'm going in right now. I have to go in right now. It's like barely pack up my stuff and get into the house before I really don't feel well. And when I say really don't feel well, I get very weak and lethargic and can't think, and yeah, it's a thing. But that is okay. Now, eeny, meeny, where's the fourth? Alright, this is how I'm going to choose. And what I plan on doing on both of these, this and the Ode to Janie B, is start in one signature and then... So I don't put all these cool things like this stuff in one signature and then be like, well, nothing. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, make it pay $50 every day. My mother told me that you are to pick the very best one, and that means you are not it. Alright, picking this one. I know, it's not it, but otherwise we'd be here all day while I did the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Because it's bad enough I gotta figure out where I want it. Oh, I get informed delivery. Right there. And informed delivery told me I was expecting something today, and I couldn't figure out for a while what it was, and I was going to completely ignore it, but then curiosity, you know, got the better of me, and I went out and looked. See if it goes in. I have to fold it. Just stop. Don't get ahead of yourself. Anyway. I'm actually sorry, I got lost in my thoughts on trying to see how I could ink right here and make it stand out. I might be able to come up with some later, but not right now. Anyway, so I went to informed delivery, and it told me that something from Wichita is coming my way today. I didn't order anything from Wichita. And so I know one person that lives in Wichita, and that would be Ellen. So Ellen, I'm so excited. Of course, you're not going to see this until maybe Wednesday. Oops, excuse me. Have you heard that? That was my stomach. And here it's going to go. So it's going to be a double pocket. What I'm going to put in the back, I don't know yet. Alright, so we just need to fold it differently. That is okay. This is going a lot better than I thought it was, and a lot faster, and wouldn't that be nice to, if it wasn't going in an envelope? Look at that. Look at that. And see, we can put I have got all my journal cards cut out, of Mr. Collins. You can stick his little behind right back there. There. Look at that. Didn't that turn out great? Oh, I'm so happy when I love it when a plan comes together. And I can just stick that out like there. I can do this one like I wanted to and, you know, just print this out and not back it and put it in there. Me so proud of myself. And I wasn't doing that as Jar Jar. Didn't like Jar Jar the first time. Don't like him now. Of course, I call those 3 movies the usurpers because I'm a traditionalist, and no. The only good thing about those movies, I thought, was the fact that when he turned into Darth Vader. While I'm here, while I got you on the line, how do I plan on doing this? I think I wanted to do it, yes, this way. Now, I am not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna make this a pocket. It's, you know, vintage paper, and I do not want to wreck it. I don't want to be Wreck-It Ralph. I will wreck it, and I've never seen that movie. It's funny once your kids get past a certain age and you don't have to watch those movies anymore. And so you just, for me anyway, I know other people, there are people out there that absolutely adore animated movies, and good for them. And so they watch all the animated movies that come out. I don't tend to do that. So I know of the movie Wreck-It Ralph. I do not know what it's about. I can only assume, since he's a, you know, a tow truck, I think. See, I don't really even know that. I really don't know what Wreck-It Ralph is, now that I think about it. It could be a game that it came off of. I don't know. Hopefully my subscribe and save, because I unsubscribed and then resubscribed. Hopefully I'll be getting this Scotch Create on the 10th. But I may have to go get some as a stopgap, because I only have one left because it's almost out. And the 10th is a long way off. And I folded this probably the wrong direction for what I wanted it, which is no bother. I will just redo it. Refold it, even though I inked it. And just ink it again. It's getting rinky. So, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was thinking about what's winging my way today. I was like, why is that so familiar? What is that reminding me of? And it's Glenn Campbell, the Wichita lineman. I'm a lineman for the county, and I drive the mail. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Stop. We are going to do it this way. Instead of folding it over like that, we're going to fold it accordion style. And it's just going to like it, and it's going to shut up about it. Or my head's going to shut up about it. One of the two. There. Good enough. And I can put a tab on that. Alright, good enough. It's a junk journal, right? It's a junk journal. And I don't know why I put that like there. I can't remember. Now, my next project that I wanted to do, for sure, I I really want some more coffee, and I've already had 2, so I really shouldn't have another one. Is to put the hands on this clock. Now, these, you know, came in the kit right here, but they're too long. You know, what's funny about them is I had them, Jane over at Janie B Journals had a clock, and I had these clipped to this clock, and I was looking at it going, what? That doesn't make any sense. And I was like, oh yeah, these go to this. I am going to get my $1.25 store. Make sure okay, I did put it away. I have this really bad habit of leaving these just open, and then I set papers on them. So for a minute, I had a momentary panic that I couldn't find it. Now, I could just use an awl. And I probably, this is, you know, this is Basic Instinct, only shorter. And I have a method to madness. There. Or a madness to my method. Who knows, right? Could be either. Now, with that, I'm going to take a brad of some sort. Let's use the sniff. I can do that. Oh, that looks good. I mean, this would be just too, I don't know. What y'all think? Something like this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Here we go again. If I can find one I like better. I guess I should see which one will fit through there. Nope, obviously not that, because that's not going to be... I'm kind of liking this lady. She's got this sepia tone behind her, which would be good. I got all of these off of Temu, and they're very flimsy. Just saying. Don't like that one. No, not so much the full face. You know, the full head. I like her. And some of them are flowers, and some are the cameo. So I tried to keep them separate. There's magnets in there, so magnets, everything. Second hand goes on first, and my papers are not glued very well. Well, they were until I started fussy cutting them. Goodness, excuse my stomach. You hear it, hopefully you don't. Although stomach noises are stomach noises, it's not like you can really do much about it. I glossy accented these like my normal. You know how I like my glossy. I just got done being a guest design team member for Suzanne Hutchinson over at Nonstop Paper Crafts. And it was, you know, for the launch of her So Shabby Sewing Journal kit. And one of the challenges, because she ran weekly challenges in Line Dot Arrow group as well, was to make bobbin dangles. And the freebie had bobbins and I guess little spools. And I glued them to, can't remember what I glued them to. And then glossy or heat embossed them and strung them with crochet, I'm trying to remember, crochet thread. So I took a spool, then button. That's what, button. And then, and I just alternated it and heat embossed every one of them with the clear. And then strung it with crochet thread to make a little line and put little tiny buttons on top of the buttons and made it a belly band. And I'm telling you, I absolutely loved it, and so did a lot of people. So if you have not checked out my flip through that came out on Friday, no, yesterday. I'm trying to remember what I did when I did it. I highly encourage you if you want to see that. It's not a very long flip through. I think it was only like a 19-minute video. And I did a faster one on Instagram, a quick flip through, and on my reel on Facebook. So there, you can't really move the hands because, well, you can't, because they are paper and I don't want them to rip. There we go. Look at that. Me likes it. Me likes it very much. Now I'm going to washi tape the innards. If I can find out where my washi tape. Sometimes I have the hardest time figuring out where these begin. Got that Wichita line, man, what little parts I know of it. And I'm talking, that's gotta be early 70s. I remember that song growing up. My grandparents listened to a lot of country music. Yeah, and so did my parents for a while. Well, always. I do remember in the 70s, though, we had some easy listening days. And I can still sing the Carpenters, most of the Carpenters, I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation. Yeah. It's like some songs really stick with me. Maybe they got a lot of airplay. There we go. Put this away before you get anything on it. Excuse me, need a drink of water. Am I still recording? Let me check. Am I still here? Yep. Just go every other one. How's that? No, it's simply a matter of choosing. Choosing. If y'all think of a place, just shout it out, and I'm pretty sure I just found my spot, but I'm looking through it just in case. Nope. Mr. Beanley. Here. There. Now this is there. Let's turn this around. And then I don't know. Just quit. You found your page. Just quit. Quit futzing with it. Oh, I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like that a lot. Yes, it's gonna add a little bit of bulk, but I don't plan on putting any buttons or major things in there. Tuck or pocket? We'll make it a tuck. Make sure I don't glue the wrong area. I want that out. See, I want this out. Not that I need an X to tell me where not to glue top and bottom, but I mean, like, I almost seriously put the X there. And yes, you can, you know, this is how you're supposed to do it, but sometimes that's not always feasible. like to put an X. Still. If anybody remembers that Lineman song, let me know so we can just share the misery. So check that. I was so good. I spent the whole last 2 days. The only reason I haven't cut completely around this is because it's a little bit wonky. 2 days backing and cutting out ephemera for both of my journals. I like it. I like it. I like it. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I'm so excited to hear what you think. I have no idea how long I've been going because I didn't check my machine, my clock, and you know me, I don't set a timer because, well, why do that? I'm a little bit irritated at myself because I don't know what I was thinking when I folded this originally. And I probably will go back and fix it. But not waste my time with you guys on camera trying to figure it all out. Because just sometimes I just get where it doesn't work. This may be a short video because I'm going to end it here. Put that on there. We made this, which just pleases me greatly. I mean, seriously, look at that. If you took that out, it looks so much like an envelope. If I could just figure out, and I have an idea on how to get a line around there without messing it up. But didn't that just turn out so wonderfully? Oh. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I also have a plan for this one too, and I might have to do, no, I don't know how I'm going to do that because I didn't realize I had 2 laces together. Didn't do much thinking on that, but oh well. I can always cover it with something. And then there is this one. It's a pretty lady on a pretty clock with hands that kind of move, so it's a little bit interactive. Look at that. Oops, careful. Minute hand, second. So it's 1:50. We got 3 o'clock. All right. And on that note, we are going to end. I hope this isn't too short. If it turns out to be like really short, then I will do a little quick one and splice them together. If this is it, then this is it. If you liked what I just did, which I just do, I can't help it. I'm just smiling from ear to ear because it turned out, oh, you know what I'm talking about. When you have this idea and then it doesn't work, you're like, ah. But when it does, you're like so high up in the stratosphere because you're so happy. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. Comment, even if it's just a smiley face. Like if, I said like. Subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends. And until the next time, I bid you adieu. Bye, guys.